Hello everyone, welcome back to Fight Age channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for supporting me, guys. Former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua will definitely be interested in a fight for the vacant IBF title against Filip Hrgovich. If this belt really becomes vacant, and the opportunity to become a world champion again is of great importance for Joshua, despite the planned fight against Deontay Wilder, which promises to be more ambitious and commercially profitable than the fight with Hrgovic. Yesterday's news from the IBF slightly changed the picture. There is a lot to think about, but this news definitely changes the situation. Here not that about the plans of Joshua, who is ranked 4th in the IBF rankings. Our goal is to become a 3-time world champion, and this fight against Hrgovic will allow us to do that. Hearn recently announced that he and Wilder's team are looking for opportunities to hold a fight between the ex-champions in February-March next year after the people who initiated negotiations between the boxing teams were unable to organize the promised fight in Saudi Arabia. The fight with Wilder is much bigger, but in the fight with Hrgovic, there will be a world title, said Hearn. It will always be a priority, but we need to see how things work out. Spurs promoter Eddie Hearn, representing the interest of former world heavyweight boxing champion Anthony Joshua, announced that the Britain's readiness to fight Zhang Jili in China. Anthony and Wilder's fight should take place in the spring of 2024, but there is quite a lot of time before this fight, so Anthony will have time to fight in December. If we are talking about a high-profile fight in China, then Joshua is ready to meet with Jili. Anthony Joshua last entered the ring on August 12th. Then he knocked out Robert Hidenius in the 7th round. Early this April, the Briton defeated Jermaine Franklin on points. In total, AJ has 26 wins and 3 losses in the professional ring. Zhang Jili has 26 matches won, 1 draw and 1 defeat in his career. Hearn explained why former interim heavyweight boxing champion Joe Joyce should not agree to fight Anthony Joshua. Against Jili, Joyce looked like a punching bag. He survived a hard knockout. I don't think Joe should fight Joshua. Anthony hits not only hard but also fast. It's going to end very badly for Joyce again. On the night of September 23-24, Joyce lost by knockout in a rematch to Zhang Jili. For the 38-year-old Briton, this defeat was the second in his career, with 15 victories. Sports promoter Frank Warren in social networks named his favorite in the heavyweight boxing match between Anthony Joshua and Zhang Jili. Joshua will refuse this fight. He will not risk his reputation in a fight with such an opponent. Jili only needs 1 punch to finish Joshua. Frank Warren, representing the interests of British boxer Daniel Dubois, offered his client as a replacement for Deontay Wilder in a fight with Anthony Joshua. Dubois can fight Joshua instead of Wilder. It will be a very loud fight that will attract a lot of attention. Daniel will show who is the best finisher in the heavyweight division. Wilder should be the next opponent for Joshua. Initially, their fight was scheduled for the beginning of 2024, but later there were disagreements in negotiations between the boxing teams. Former world heavyweight boxing champion Tony Bellew is confident of an easy victory for Anthony Joshua in the 3rd fight against Andy Ruiz. I would really like to see their trilogy. I think this time it will be very difficult. Joshua will destroy Ruiz. It would also be interesting to see Anthony in a duel against Dillian Whyte. The first fight between Joshua and Ruiz took place on June 1st, 2019. Then the British boxer lost by knockout in the 7th round. That defeat was the first in AJ's career. The rematch of Joshua and Ruiz took place on December 7th, 2019 and ended with a victory by unanimous decision of the judges on the part of the Briton. In total, Anthony has won 26 fights and 3 defeats in the professional ring. The former contender for the WBA Super Light Heavyweight World Boxing title, Gilberto Ramirez, spoke about a potential fight against Anthony Joshua. The fight with Joshua is a very interesting challenge for me. In the training, I quite often spar with heavyweights. Why not arrange this fight? In the future, I'm ready to move to heavyweights and fight with Anthony Joshua, Ramirez said. Zurdo, in the previous match, lost by unanimous decision to Dmitry Bivol. For Ramirez, it was the first lost fight in his career, with 44 victories. Well-known promoter Eddie Hearn, representing the interest of British boxer Anthony Joshua, said that his client will fight with American Deontay Wilder in 2024. In my opinion, this fight will take place 100% in the first half of 2024, perhaps until the beginning of spring, Hearn said. The best coach of 2022, American Derrick James, failed to confirm his status. This year, his top warriors suffered painful defeats. Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo, or even turning on the back and refused a previously agreed fight, Frank Martin. At some point, it seems that James might lose a very money fighter who recently joined him, British heavyweight Anthony Joshua. Such rumors have recently appeared because it became known that AJ is now training with Ben Davison, the ex-coach of his antagonist Tyson Fury. Has Joshua gone to ex-coach Fury? The promoter of the star fighter Eddie Hearn from Matchroom Boxing even had to explain. Everything is simple here. AJ with James, this is 100%. But Ben is a fantastic coach, and it is very important that Ben and Anthony are very similar, about the same mindset. You know, Joshua is one of those who can't sit around for long. Moreover, there is still a possibility that he will fight in December, and if so, it was logical to spend a couple of weeks usefully, that is, to prepare for the start of a full-fledged camp with Derrick. Eddie Hearn claims that Joshua gets along well with Davison. They talk a lot, so AJ wanted to do some preliminary training with him before going to a full-fledged camp with James. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.